Tonight, many parents have asked themselves how best to address this tragedy with their own children. Children who will wake up tomorrow, grab their backpacks, and head off to school.
Dr. George Woods, a psychiatrist and chief scientific officer with Crestwood Behavioral Health, joins us now to talk more about the impact of today's school shooting. Dr. Woods, what happened in Texas is heartbreaking and horrific. Lives have been forever changed. For those who live in that small community, describe the emotional and psychological toll that something of this magnitude can have, and how do they move forward?
Well, Mike and Julie, first of all, thank you for having me. I have to tell you that in watching the intro, I was overwhelmed myself. I was so moved at the amazing carnage and sadness and tragedy. And what this does for children particularly is it creates what's called an anticipatory anxiety. Children don't have at their fingertips the ability to develop coping mechanisms and to have coping mechanisms. That's what we're for. That's what parents are for. That's what grandparents are for. That's what older siblings are for, is to model for them coping mechanisms to get them through very difficult times, to get them through lives. And yet, how do you develop coping mechanisms in these tragic situations over and over again? And it creates this anticipatory anxiety, this anxiety that overwhelms you.
Dr. Woods, when it comes to approaching this topic for our own children at home, for our viewers who have families, I guess you could say it depends on the age group here. And personally, I have a 9 and a 12-year-old, and I feel like I can't avoid this topic when it comes to that specific age. What would you say is the difference for me and my wife breaching the topic compared to the risk of them having to go to school tomorrow and hearing it from others, from friends?
No, it's always important. It's much like how we think about suicide. It's always important that those that love you talk to you about these issues. It's always important that those that love you tell you and give you the reassurance that they are doing everything that they can to keep you safe. There are always questions that can't be answered. Can you keep me safe, Dan? Can you keep me safe, Mom? I will do everything that I can because that's who I am. I love you. That's why I'm in your life.
Yeah, Dr. Woods, you touched on this just a moment ago about the coping mechanisms and how to talk to your children. Explain how children handle trauma differently than adults.
Children do not have the boxes that they can put the trauma into. They are still growing. They don't have the coping mechanisms that we all develop. You know, I'm going to take a run, or I'm going to read a book, or I'm going to turn the whatever it may be. They don't have those. We model those. And so it's important at this time that we model those coping mechanisms, and we model the love and caring that really they are looking for.
When children witness violence repeatedly, does it begin to sort of have a numbing effect? And if so, what is the best thing parents can do to try to deal with something to help their children through something like this?
There are two things that you're saying. Number one, yes, repeated violence does numb one. But more of concern is that it creates one of two scenarios. People either overreact in their lives, or they underreact. Because if they are not taught to respond appropriately to these kinds of cues, they may overreact to situations that may not really utilize it. They may underreact in very important situations. So again, the family is key. Loved ones are key. Talking with your children about this, explaining to them that this happened very far away, that you are protecting them, that your school is safe, and that the next step, of course, is to go to the school and make sure that they have appropriate counseling available to help your child work through this and to work carefully with them.
And I agree, talking is important, but also as a family, just to listen to each other, listen to your children and their feelings and hear them. Dr. George Woods, I appreciate the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, the number of active